so I have my opponent's back here. He's defending. He's got like that crossed wrist grip defense. So from here, my hand's gonna go under the armpit. Look, I'm gonna lock on his wrist right here by connecting my fingers together. And as I press my wrist together, it folds his wrists, creating a lot of pressure. So if he doesn't let go, he will get wrist locked. So I keep it going a little bit, and I'm gonna feed right into the meat of the hand. So we grab that and we pull up towards the shoulder. All right, this makes him feel weak in this position. Now I'm gonna switch sides. Block the hips. I'm gonna use my inner thigh to start lifting him up. Reposition and scoot out. From here, my foot should be across the hip still. I'm gonna take my hand and post on his wrist. And I'm gonna replace that with my leg, hooking the arm. So now we've created a full split scenario from back control. So now I can attack his neck and he has no defense. Sometimes in this scenario, they'll obviously be tucking their chin tight to their shoulder, trying to defend. A little tip on that is just it's all on the thumb. He's tight. I push my thumb down into his chest, curl it up under the chin, and then lift. And then go again. Just wiggle it till you get in here. I'm cupping the shoulder, then I'm pulling my elbow back. All right? Another thing that happens here is sometimes while they're defending, chin's down tight, we're fighting, and they feel like if they can scoot up on me, that they might have a better advantage, like that, yeah. And a lot of times when they do that, they end up lifting their head, all right? So go back another step, it might be here, I'm fighting, and pretending all these things, and when they go to scoot up, boom, that's when you go under the chin right away and pull. Lastly, sometimes we go back a step here, this can be difficult. Like they know what's going on, I'm trying to push this arm and get that leg in, and it's pretty difficult. One tip I have on that is to use your leg on the shoulder. It's almost the inner part of my knee. I'm gonna hook the shoulder right here, and I'm gonna push down. So I'm gonna go here to here, and then get my heel inside, and then start to kind of push and pull and work it back in. But if that's not working, my next step is gonna be to loop my elbow over the head. So keep control of both of the wrists. I can use my foot hook here. Look at this little movement. As I hold the wrist, I can block his head and then replace it with my leg. Keep pulling the wrist up towards your chin, slide down, and take the arm bar. So we're here. He's got the cross grip defense. First, we gotta break that grip. 1, 2, and then catch the meat of the hand. 3. Now I wanna switch sides, but I don't wanna just put my foot out like this and leave my foot hooked, because that will give him an escape route, right? I gotta block the hip here, use my inner thigh, keep pulling him up. My heel and my knee are tight on this side. As we come around, scoot out a little bit. The more I kind of scoot out here, the easier it's gonna be to get the leg around. Post that out, option 1, hook the arm, attack the neck. If I'm having trouble with that, I might be able to hook that shoulder here, pull down a little bit, and then climb inside, heel right in the elbow pit, and then I pull and push at the same time so I can get it in. And if I'm having a really hard time to do that even, boom, I just use my inner thigh here to move his head up a little bit. As I loop around, frame his head out, replace the arm with the leg. I'm trying to hand fight here all the time to win this. We kick his head down and then move up towards the wrist for the arm lock. All right, so a good game we can play here to get better at this is, my main objective is to create a split with his arms. And then if I can create a split with his arms, then I can isolate the neck. I don't even have to choke him right now. I just need to be able to isolate the neck, all right? So create a split with the arms, isolate the neck. His job is obviously to defend, and I want him to just go ahead and try to escape, maybe get his back to the mat or turn around, because sometimes when they're just fully defending, it's actually more difficult than if they're trying to escape, all right? So here's what it looks like. is when he escapes, all right? So in that scenario, you'll have noticed we might get like the full split, which looks like that, and it's great, like that. But sometimes, when we're here, we have the split. I'm just not able to replace sometimes, right? But as long as I have the split and the neck is open, you're always looking for the chin being up and just being able to take the neck. Now again, I'm not trying to finish the choke. I'm gonna kind of isolate, and then I'll let him defend. We just kind of keep going. And I'm just practicing different kinds of splits. There's different ways I can do it. Sometimes I go here and try to block like that. Maybe feed this wrist here, and then we isolate here. I'm trying to just control both arms the best that I can, right? And expose the neck and go for those easy neck attacks. And I'm just trying to do it over and over again as we play, so we don't need to stop. But when he escapes, obviously, at that point, we would either switch turns or reset if we're going for a time limit. And that way, it's gonna help you just get really good at the hand fight from the back control on the offense and the defensive end, so that you can get easy attacks or obviously escape better.